You talking about like people having control of their schedules and their life really kind of leads well into this this article that I found this week. It was published just, I don't know, maybe 5 days ago, and the title is "Company Asked Employees to Bring Family, Pets to Office to Work Through Hurricane Ian." We are not closing, we are working. We'll make it super fun for the kids. Like,
Wow.
the CEO of a Florida-based company downplayed the Category 4 hurricane headed directly for the area in a meeting with employees, and even told them to bring their kids and pets to the office so they could bunker down together and keep working. So the company is based in Clearwater, Florida, which, state of emergency, the strongest hurricane to hit Tampa in more than 100 years. They expect but in various communications to employees, the company insisted that the media was overhyping Hurricane Ian, which is expected to make landfall, blah, blah, blah. By this point, we know that it already did, and that employees were still expected to work through the potential disaster, even if that meant bringing their families to the office. If you want to leave your home and you're being told to leave your home and you feel like you should, and you have no place to go, PCM is probably the safest place to be in Florida, the CEO said during a Zoom call. Anyway, bring your pets, bring your kids, bring everybody to PCM. Obviously, you feeling safe and comfortable is of the utmost importance, but I honestly want to continue to deliver, and I want to have a good end of the quarter, the CEO said. And when the hurricane turns into nothing, I don't want it to be like, great, we all stopped producing because of the media and the thought that maybe it was going to be terrible. An automated text said that PCM was built to withstand Cat 5 winds. We would like to continue to service our national clients if we can. Bring your kids to work on Tuesday and Wednesday this week.
That's insane.
Isn't that?
So I would like, oh my goodness. I mean, like it's one thing, right? Like if it's a hospital or an emergency type of situation that you might need where your employer requests, but like, come on, this was a postcard company. I mean, how, like if that doesn't scream, like, we love capitalism here, right? Like we love to have our own business. I mean, we love to make money, right? Like, but this is when your business goals start to affect the lives of other people and that starts to put their safety at risk, that is a whole nother level of greed. For me, like that's a whole level of greed where you're more concerned about having a good quarter, that you want your employees to bring their families and their pets and put them in danger. Sure, the building might be safe, but they got to travel there. Like that's, yeah, wow.
To me, like I couldn't believe that it was like, hey, if you want to keep working through a hurricane, we would like for you to please keep working through a hurricane, through a natural disaster. You might lose your home, you might lose your car, you might lose all your life's investments and all of your things, and your kids might lose all their toys, but we gotta meet our goals, guys. Come on, we gotta meet our goals.
Like, that's honestly next level. Like that's next level.
I think it illustrates why we feel it's so important to create your own path and like step out of the system, because the system, the 9 to 5 system, says that we, like the school trains us to think that we have to be employees, and being an employee is what some people want to do. Good for you. If you like that and you're happy with somebody else controlling your schedule and your time and when you go to bed and when you wake up, like if you're okay with that, like I don't want to like make you feel bad and judge you for it. I probably already am, but I don't want to make you feel bad. But that's not for everybody. There are so many of us who feel like that just is robbing us of the ability to have a life. And this feels like such an overreach and a magnification of, first of all, the types of business owners that you and I don't want to be. We want to value people over profits. And I get that the bigger your organization grows, the more people sit, the more people's livelihoods sit on your shoulders. And maybe it's not just that easy to say, yeah, everybody take a day off or a couple days off for a hurricane. But also that feels like something that, since they chose to be based in Florida, they should be used to dealing with and should build in contingencies, I would think,
You would
for
think.
those types of things. Like, if I chose to live in an area where there was, monsoon rains half
Yeah.
for a season during the year, I wouldn't be like, okay, guys, get out your blow dryers. We got to clean off this. We got to dry out this land so we can plant these crops. No, you would plan around, like, it feels like you would plan around that. But
What's just again so unbelievable is the fact that it's a postcard company, right? Like if it was a hospital, if it was a supply chain issue, a food issue. So we actually have a factory up here where I live. So I'm in Minnesota and we produce beet sugar here, and it costs an extreme amount of money and hardship and everything else for them to shut the plants down, like to shut the factories down, right? Because of everything that is involved with that. But like that's directly related to the food chain, so it's like, I mean, they have to stay open during blizzards. Obviously here we have blizzards, and people sometimes have to stay for 2 shifts if like the next shift can't come. So like, I mean, but again, that's disrupting the food chain and disrupting people all over. That's not just about putting people over profit. There's a whole lot involved in that. So again, I mean, I would maybe be a little bit forgiving if it was something that was understandable, but like that is so far overreaching, like what you just said. Like that's not even, I don't know.
in all fairness,
I'm
like,
blown
they
away.
walked it back after that, after it gained, national media attention. In all fairness, they walked it back. That's not what we meant. That's not what we meant. And I was like, I'm not there. So benefit of the doubt, Postcard Mania, you do you, people. But I think mania needs to be emphasized in their name from now on.